orange peels because for one it's widely available, it's quite cheap, and it produces a distinct color.
Using orange peels, firstly crush the peels using a mortar and pestle. Add the crushed peels to a beaker and add twice as much distilled water until the peels are fully submerged. Place the beaker on tripod stand and using a Bunsen burner, heat for 1 hour. Use a glass rod while heating. After 1 hour, turn off the heat and leave the mixture to cool so it reaches room temperature. Strain the dye into a conical flask using filter paper and filter funnel. Place the fabric into another beaker and add 1/4 cup of salt and 4 cups of distilled water. Boil for 1 hour. Then rinse the fabric in cold water and let it soak in the dye until it reaches color.
Waste source to make dyes in the textile and clothing industry.
To determine the natural dye effects on cloths of different materials. So what we did is we had organic dyes made of different vegetables such as beetroots and cabbages, and we had different materials of cloths such as nylon, cotton, and wool.
Yes. So moving on to the procedure, first what we did was we dipped each type of material into 3 different beakers and soaked it in water, and we kept it for boiling. The reason why we kept it for boiling is because the cloth tends to have a greater tendency to absorb the dye when it's boiled. And the dye was prepared by either crushing. We used 2 apparatus, as Mahanur said.
Yes.
We used 2 vegetables. One was beetroot and the other was red cabbage, because we did a background research and we found out that it gives an intense color. So the dye was prepared by cutting pieces or crushing pieces of either vegetable, and then we placed it in hot water and we placed it in water and left it for boiling to obtain the dye. And when we saw a gradual increase in the color intensity of the dyes, we filtered the solutions and to obtain filtrate, and the color of the dye obtained from red cabbage was purple, more of violet color, and the dye obtained from beetroot was maroon. And we also carried out research about red cabbage, as I told you previously, and we found out that if we added lime to the color would change. So we divided the solution into 2 and we added lime to the purple color, and we observed a color change from purple to pink, and the evidence can be seen at the end of this video.
So when we obtained the dyes, what we did is we divided the cloths into equal parts, so we had enough for the beetroot dye and for the red cabbage dye. So we soaked each cloth in the dyes and allowed it to absorb the color. Once it did that, we removed it from the dyes and allowed it to dry. So what we saw was that materials such as wool were more, they absorbed better,
yes,
right? They absorbed the color a lot better compared to synthetic materials such as nylon. And we looked into this to see why that happened, and it's mostly because synthetic materials are more hydrophobic, therefore they do not tend to absorb liquids that well.
They don't form hydrophilic bonds with water molecules, so therefore they don't absorb the dye as effectively as natural materials such as cotton and wool.
Yeah.
We used berries because they're natural staining fruits and they give strong results like the purple color we obtained, and naturally dyed cloths still feel and look more authentic than synthetic dyes.
Synthetic dyes can be harmful to the environment and to the factory workers because of long-term exposure to the chemicals involved. People with sensitive skin experience irritation to certain chemical colors.
The economic benefits of using natural dye is that natural dyes are obtained from renewable sources that can be harnessed without imposing harm to the environment. Hence, they're environmentally friendly. Artificial dyes have a tendency of spreading in a few washes. They tend to get dull over a period of time. Natural dyes, on the other hand, are absorbed well by the fabrics, and thus the fabrics do not fade even after several washes.